My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the Jerrell Big Baby Miller versus LENIER Apparel card just went down. And yo, they better rush my dog LENIER to the goddamn hospital to get his goddamn brain scanned. Because the amount of times he was hit tonight. Jerrell Big Baby Miller averaging 80 punches a round. Jerrell Big Baby Miller, who started off slow, lost the first 2 rounds, did what he always did. That's bring volume, bring a chin, and bring the weight with them, ladies and gentlemen. LENIER Perus fought to the end, but it was just not enough. As Jerrell Big Baby Miller dominates him. He dominated him, ladies and gentlemen. Jerrell Big Baby Miller bobbing and weaving. Bobbing and weaving. Looking like an overweight Carlos Adames in there. The amount of times that he had LENIER up against the ropes. And Jerrell Big Baby Miller had his hands down, was leading with his head. The amount of times that there was openings for LENIER to be able to catch him with a hook, he tried. But every time he tried, Jerrell Big Baby Miller was rolling under them. My goodness, the head movement was there today for the 305-pounder. The footwork was not there. Technicality, it wasn't the most beautiful fight. But there were some skills involved in what Jerrell Big Baby Miller did today. Do not forget that, ladies and gentlemen. And now he's on the, he's on the verge of calling out Deontay Wilder. Jerrell Big Baby Miller, Eddie Hearn want to have an all-out United States battle, a war. And I'm telling you guys right now, when I heard about the news of Jerrell Big Baby Miller coming back and fighting against Kingsley Abe following his Andy Ruiz draw, I made a statement in one of my videos saying, currently in the United States right now, the boxers that we have right now in the heavyweight division, who's the best? And you could say, you could bring up young guys like Richard Torres Jr., and you could bring up guys like Deontay Wilder. You could bring up guys like Jared Anderson. But I said, out of all of them, in shape, Jerrell Big Baby Miller just might be able to go toe-to-toe with all those guys. He might just be able to beat Deontay Wilder, who we just seen a fight against Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora coming forward type fighter, but just doesn't do it as well as Jerrell Big Baby Miller. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I expected. I don't know what Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix were talking about. In my last video, the one that I just dropped before the fight started, talking about Jerrell Big Baby Miller, I said that LENIER Apparel had 12 fights and 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. I was mistaken. He was 13-0 with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. But now it's 13-1, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. And the card as a whole. Bro, Alan Chavez, undefeated, 22-0 now. Argentinian WBO Latino lightweight champion of the world, what he just did to Miguel Medueno today. Not even Keyshawn Davis was able to do that to him. Oscar Duarte, yes, he got him out of there. But the way that Alan Chavez did it, making his United States debut today, ladies and gentlemen, having fought in Argentina most of his career, dude, welcome to the goddamn States, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Alan Chavez. He could be next in line, the WBO Latino champion of the world, who is ranked number 2 in the WBO lightweight rankings, right behind the number 1 ranked fighter in the WBO lightweight rankings, in Joe Cordina. Joe Cordina, who's taken on the WBO lightweight champion of the world, the youngest champion in the sport of boxing, men's, in Abdullah Mason. Could you imagine a fight with Alan Chavez, this southpaw sensation, technical, hard-hitting machine, against a technically skilled high level Abdullah Mason. Both of these men, young in their careers, I believe. The Argentinian's only 25 years old. Abdullah Mason and the winners out of Joe Cordina going up against the WBO Latino lightweight champion of the world in Alan Chavez would be absolutely insane. Now, could you imagine him in a fight with Floyd Schofield Jr.? That fight isn't happening at all. But could you imagine him in a fight like that? Or in a fight with William Cepeda? A barn burner of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the lightweight division. If you didn't know about him, you know of him now. Alan Chavez. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. A new great addition to the world of boxing here in the U.S. Get ready to hear a lot about Alan Chavez, the Matchroom boxing fighter. Now, Nishant Dev, Indian Olympian sensation, amateur gold world champion. Nishant Dev fighting again today in what was his 6th fight, getting a knockout win against Jerrell Jr. India, you guys got yourself a great fighter, ladies. Hey, man, this dude is starting to sit on his punches a little bit more as he progresses in his career. You had Chris Mannix, Sergio Mora talk about it, how Nishant Dev is still kind of, fighting with that amateur style, throwing more arm punches rather than sitting on his punches. But today, I seen a couple instances where I said, hey, man, Nishant Dev is getting a lot better. This dude's got 1 billion people waiting for him to reach the top. He wants to go to India and fight in India and sell out cricket stadiums. Nishant Dev showed me today that he's just a little higher level than all these low-level guys, and that he deserves to start fighting better and better competition. Will Nishant Dev be a world champion someday? Well, he fights at 154 pounds. My goodness, the addition of Nishant Dev to the already ridiculously stacked, probably the most stacked division in the sport of boxing, the 154 pounds. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see Nishant Dev continue to rise and rise and rise and be, the pride of India right now. Absolutely great card, bro. It didn't look like it was sold out, but at the end of the day, man, all the fights were exciting. Sosa, hey, man, great stuff. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel, bringing it to you, my automatic reaction. The fights just ended. My goodness, Jerrell Big Baby Miller, he wins his WBA title eliminator heavyweight fight. Meaning, hey, who's the WBA heavyweight champion of the world? Alexander Usyk. Will that fight happen anytime soon? I don't think so. But my goodness, congratulations. Great card, Matchroom Boxing, The Zone.